I woke to a knock so soft it sounded like my name. I pulled on a sweater, tied my hair, and opened the door to an empty hallway. A flat envelope leaned against my doormat. Inside, a brass key wrapped in blue tape and a note in tidy print. "You dropped this. I didn't touch anything. Please lock your windows. I don't own a key with blue tape." Daylight made ordinary things too clear. The scratch on my mug, the dust line on the shelf, the small square of sun inching across the floor, while my chest felt like a room I didn't have the deed to. I texted my sister a photo. She called at once. "Rachel, that's not a mistake. Call the landlord, now." "I'm fine," I said, and my voice made a liar of me. "Maybe it's for 4B. "People don't mix up windows," she said. "Promise me you won't be alone tonight." At the cafe on 3rd, the barista finally spelled my name right, and then ruined it. "Someone asked when you usually come," he said. "Tall, clean jacket, polite. I told him I don't know you, but you sit by the window." I took the corner table anyway. Rituals are scaffolding around shaky buildings. Across the street, a man studied a bus schedule for 5 full minutes while no buses came. I opened my laptop and typed blue tape key like the internet knew the color of fear. Autocomplete offered rekey locks and hidden cameras and how to spot a copied master. None felt like answers, only homework. The building portal listed emergency contacts. At the bottom of a safety memo, someone had pasted, "If you receive misdelivered property, contact Unit 4C, Rachel W. will retrieve." My unit, my last name, not my line. Someone copied our list and rewrote the part where help goes. I called the landlord. He sighed like a man who keeps a drawer for nonsense. "We'll change your locks this afternoon," he said. "If you want a police report, I'll meet you." I walked home through an honest day. Kids arguing about stickers, a dog proud of a stick, a delivery guy balancing 4 coffees in hope, and checked every reflection. Sometimes I saw myself. Sometimes I saw the feeling of being watched, which looks like everything. The locksmith arrived early, badge on a lanyard, my name on his work order. He noticed the blue tape key on my counter and frowned. "Where did you get that?" "It was on my door this morning." "Blue tape is what we use to tag loaners," he said quietly. "We don't give those to tenants." "Then how?" "Either someone never returned it," he said, "or someone with access made a copy." He changed my deadbolt, my latch, my mailbox lock. I added a chain because cheap metal feels like a plan. When he left, I stood in the doorway too long, listening for footsteps that were only my heart. My phone buzzed. "Unknown number. Stop moving things around." Another. "You're making this harder." A third. "You promised me daylight, Rachel." The first 2 could be a prank. The third knew a promise I did not remember making. I texted back, "Who is this?" 3 dots. Then, "You said if I saw you again I should sit and let you speak first." Noon, bench by the south span. I don't like the south span of the Briar River. It's beautiful in a way that makes people seem replaceable. At 11:55, I sat on the bench anyway because fear hates punctual people. He was already there. Early 30s, clean shirt, a careful kindness around the eyes that made me want to trust and then reconsider. "I won't say your name," he said. "You asked me not to, last time." "Last time," I repeated, trying the shape of it. "You were fast," he said, "like you were outrunning something. You told me to help you make a record for the days you'd try to erase. I'm Caleb." He handed me an envelope with my name in the same tidy print as the blue tape note. Inside were 3 photos. My kitchen last week, me asleep on my couch 2 nights ago. Yesterday, this exact bench, empty except for a key wrapped in blue tape. "Who took these?" I asked, already hating the answer. "You asked me to," he said. "You paid me cash and told me to keep receipts like a person who expects to need them." "Why would I do that?" "You said something was leaking," he said. "You wanted to know if the leak was in your memory or in your locks." "And?" "Both," he said. "Yesterday, a guy with a landlord badge used a blue tape key on your door." He slid his phone to me. Pictures of a badge too real to argue with and a face too clear to keep. Maintenance contractor. His contract expired last month. How did he get the key? Either he never gave it back, Caleb said, or someone who did gave him another. A gull screamed like it had opinions about crime. I pressed my palms to my knees until the shaking learned manners. What do I do next? You told me to make you say it out loud, he said gently. Call your sister. Call your landlord. Call the cop you don't hate. And, your exact words, don't audition for danger after dark. I'm not after dark, I said. I'm at noon. Noon has witnesses, he said. That's the point. In the leasing office, the manager stared at the photo of the contractor like it owed him an apology. He was let go, he said. He shouldn't have access to anything. He tapped an empty hook on a metal board. 2 keys are missing on paper. 3, in fact. We're filing, the detective said when he arrived, efficient as daylight. He took the photos, the envelope, the blue tape key. Change your passwords. Tell someone where you sleep. He paused. Do you know this handwriting? The tidy print on the envelope, the blue tape note. A list I didn't remember writing on my fridge. Windows, peephole, camera, all the same measured hand. Mine, slowed down and pretending to be reasonable. I wrote to myself, I said, and the room tilted, because I didn't trust myself to remember. At 3:17 p.m., my phone buzzed. Good. Keep changing the locks. Another. Tell the manager about the cabinet. A third. Look in your freezer. Pride is a bad security system. I opened the freezer. A small plastic bag lay under the peas. Inside, wrapped in blue painter's tape like a joke that forgot to be funny, was a cheap thumb drive. I didn't plug it into my laptop. I walked it to the leasing office like it was a match near curtains. On a borrowed computer, the detective opened folders labeled like bad alibis. Inventory old, backup to, Rachel. Inside the last, a neat list of dates and notes. Window okay, mailbox jam, she's calmer at noon. The handwriting matched mine. The timestamps matched the days I feel sharp and the days I don't. Why noon? He asked. Because night makes everything louder, I said, and day makes witnesses. They picked up the contractor at dusk, key cabinet log in his pocket, my building's master in his glove box, a badge that looked real until you touched it. The manager offered me a month's rent and a look that said he was sorry in a language made of bureaucracy and sweat. Caleb texted, "Do you want someone to sit in a chair and be boring while you remember you're safe?" I'm excellent at boring. My sister arrived with muffins and a friend who lifts things for fun. We played a stupid card game under deliberate light. When the hall camera blinked red, the detective texted first, "We have him." He came back for the cabinet. I exhaled like I'd been holding my breath since morning. Caleb watched me over his hand of useless cards and waited for me to decide about the world. I taped a new note inside the cabinet door where the sun finds it first. If you forget, you did the right things in daylight. Call the people who answer. Change what you can touch. Make lists. Let witnesses help. You do not owe fear your night. Morning will not be kind. It will be practical. The square of sun will cross the floor like a clock that doesn't care how I feel. That's enough. I will lock my windows while the day is looking. I will keep the receipts I wish I didn't need. I will stop auditioning for danger. If you find a key that isn't yours, don't decide you're dramatic. Decide you're right. Then choose noon and make it louder than the part of you that wants to be brave in the dark. And if we pass each other in a glass door and both look twice, wave. Not because we solved anything, but because we made daylight a witness. And for now, that's what keeps the story ours.